Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to JWE Monday Night Jayromoda. Tonight we're in Indianapolis, Indiana, where we're now fully on the road to Ultimate Fight Night. With no more pit stops scheduled, it is now truly now or never for our superstars if they want a chance to fight for the championship belt come Christmas time. Akihiko, Sanada, and Kasumi Yoshizawa will look to bounce back after their disappointing losses last night. Get ready for a night of unbelievable action, suspense, and drama, because this, as always, is Jayromoda. And here we go, starting off our night. Introducing first, representing Seas, it is Aigis. And her opponent, it is the ultimate swimmer, Asahina. And here we go, both women ready? Referee rings the bell to meet in the middle, with Hina immediately beginning with a knife-edge chop, stopping Aigis in her tracks, and then rolling her up with that corkscrew springboard. Only one count, but there's a standing moonsault. And Hina with an arm drag. Aigis rolling to the outside. Hina looking to fly in this Falls Count Anywhere match. Completely whiffing. Aigis not even realizing where Hina went until a couple of seconds later. The diving head scissor takedown and a kneeling DDT. Now stomp right to the spine. And the ground and pound. Aigis with a stomp to the spine again, rolling Hina onto her back, kick to the, or a soccer ball kick right to the spine again, and a knee to the inside of the elbow. And again. Aigis forcing Hina back up to her feet, tossing back inside the ring, and jumping in after her. Top rope moonsault whiffed. And now Hina walking Aigis to the eastern ropes. Now diving underneath. Nice little head scissor. now knee on knee into a dragon screw. And Aigis kicks her way out. Going for the cover after that reversal. There's two. Hina kicks out. Aigis staring down her opponent. Grabbing the hand, slapping the chest. Up top, corkscrew arm drag. Into the cover. There's one, there's two. Hina again kicks out. Hina now with the clotheslines. Taking Aigis down with that trip. Aigis slow to her feet. And Hina immediately catching her with a spinning back heel kick. Into the cover right next to the ropes. There's two. Aigis kicks out. And rolling to the outside. Hina lining up, looking for a crossbody, I would assume, or either that or a spear. Look for a crossbody. Aigis gets out of the way. And a kneeling DDT. And now Aigis locking in an armbar. Triangle hold. Probably will release it because it's this game, but yep. Still haven't fixed that glitch. And now Aigis again looking for the armbar. This time from the side. And Hina just getting a sharp elbow. Fighting her way out. And tossing Aigis from one side of ringside to the other. And a moonsault. Hina now going for the cover. There's one, and there's two. Aigis again with the strength to kick out. Hina, the arm breaker. And Aigis with the reversal. Just getting Hina's feet out from underneath her. Going for the pin immediately. There's two. Hina kicks out. And Aigis is a lot like a shark. Just lurking, just always looking for that one mistake. And as soon as she senses blood, she's on the attack. There's a somersault flip. Forcing Hina back up to her feet. Walking her around, back inside the ring. Jumping in. Top rope moonsault, nobody's home. And now Hina. Middle rope RKO. And a cyclone kick for good measure. Looking for a knife edge chop. Aigis with the block, tossing Hina into the other corner, and Hina with the reversal. And a middle rope arm drag again. Spinning back heel kick for good measure. There's one, there's two, still no three. Aigis the reversal, turning that around, moonsault, double leg drop kick. And now Aigis to the outside. Up top. Turning around. Moonsault into the cover. 1, 2, 3.
Here is your winner,
And next, introducing first, it is the Dark Lord of Destruction himself, Gundham Tanaka. And his opponent, coming off of a disappointing loss last night, a very close loss, but a disappointing loss nonetheless. It is Akihiko Sanada. And here we go, both men ready. And referee rings the bell to meet in the middle. With Akihiko on the offense early, but Gundham stepping out of the way of that. Akihiko with the reversal right back. And now Gundham sending Akihiko for a run, diving underneath. Pop-up slam taking him down. Akihiko rolling out of the way of that. Both men looking for the jumping knees. I'm pretty sure both men cover themselves in Vaseline before this match because they are slippery. Like, they are avoiding each other's attacks quite easily rather. And now we a little bout of fisticuffs here, which I think Akihiko would love this, considering he is a boxer. He's really good in these kinds of situations. That reversal there, punch right to the ear. Gundham trying to fight back. Doing a good job. But a spinning punch, Akihiko takes him down. Top rope moonsault to the spine. Gundham with a knee fighting his way out of the corner. Akihiko with an elbow doing the same. And a running clothesline, and again. And now Akihiko going for the cover. There's one, there's two. Gundham kicks out. Still early in this match. Akihiko not caring, setting up a Superman punch. And looking to put this one away early. There's one, there's two. Gundham kicks out. In the corner. Yet again. Looking for the fastball punch, the windup, and the pitch. Looking a lot like Leon there. There's one, there's two, and still no three. I was going to say that's like a 2-minute match. Lights are out, Gundham appearing behind Akihiko, having to use any and every method possible. Akihiko not confused. That's not the word I'm looking for. Anyway, going for the cover after that. There's two, there's three.
Here is your winner, Akira and
So not a 2-minute match, but a 3-minute match. And Akihiko barely even breaking a sweat. Just putting Gundham in his place. And showing that, I mean, Akechi, he's just kind of on a whole nother level. But Akihiko, he can bounce back quickly, and I think he's going to be, hunting for that title again really soon. And now for our first tag team matchup of the evening. Introducing first. Both women coming off of disappointing Nexus Championship losses in 2 months. It is Pyra and Mithra, the double-edged blades. Mithra unable to avenge her sister's loss last night. Fiora still undefeated in Nexus Championship matches. And the Blades looking to put that all behind them, as their focus is more on the tag team side of things. And their opponents. It is Devila and Popola. They are the Gestalt sisters. Here we go, Mithra, Popola, both ready. And referee rings the bell. They meet in the middle, with Mithra immediately going for a springboard double leg Pele kick, forcing Popola back up to her feet, walking her over to the western ropes, and just working on the arm. Irish whip into the corner. Slugging right hand and again, sending Popola down, and Mithra not even giving her the decency of even going for a pin, just tagging out. And now Pyra heading up top, telling Popola to get up to her feet. Looking for a flying punch. Popola getting out of the way and immediately turning that into a counterattack. Pyra with a clubbing punch right to the chest. Stomps to the open hand. And tagging Mithra back in. Mithra with a diving clothesline. Stomping on the ankle. To the spine. And Popola kicking her off. Mithra to the outside, climbing back in again. Popola just knocking Pyra off the apron. Immediately sent into the corner. And Mithra continuing on the attack, stomp to the breast. And forcing Popola back up to her feet. Walking her down to the southern ropes. And again, not even giving her the decency to attack. Letting Pyra do that work instead. And now Devila looking for the tag out, gets it. And Pyra immediately on the attack, but Devila fighting herself out at least a little bit. Walking Pyra over to the western ropes. Looking to chop the tree. Pyra fighting her way out. Springboard reverse DDT. And the Irish whip into the corner. Pyra working on the arm. Uppercut to the stomach. And again. Pyra slap to the chest. Corkscrew arm drag and the cover. Popola in to break it up. Devila not even needing help, kicking out at 1. And there's the Irish whip. Pyra sending Devila to the outside. Sliding triangle drop kick. And I was stomped to the open hand, and again and again. Referee at the count of 3. There's 4, make that 5 as Devila kicks Pyra off of her. There's 6. Irish whip right into the ring post. There's 7. Devila a little bit stunned as Pyra knocks Popola off the apron. There's 8. Devila needs to get to her feet and back into the ring quick. There's 9, and Devila's back in. And now Devila with a scoop. Pendulum spine stretch. And a hip attack. Pyra to the outside. Popola staring her down. And Pyra with a snap DDT. Popola looking for the tag. Devila trying to crawl. I guess we're counting that as a tag out. And now Popola with a slap, just setting Pyra down. The side palm ground and pound, now just working the elbows against the temple. Now Popola going for the cover. Opportunistic, there's 1. Popola stomping on the chest. Going for a cover again. Only still a 1 count. Or still only a 1 count. And there's a facebuster. Tagging in Devila. Okay. Devila forcing Pyra back up to her feet. Toss into the corner. Tag out, looking for a tag team attack. And the big boot. Unlucky though. Pyra able to tag out immediately. Mithra walking Devila to the eastern ropes. Snap mirror. The step over. The double leg drop kick. And now Mithra up top. Staring down Devila. Looking for the knee, missed, and excuse me, that's Popola. Excuse me, that's Popola. Mithra forcing Popola back up to her feet. Irish whip into the corner, tagging Pyra back in. Chain attack here. Pyra turning Popola onto her stomach, forcing her back up to her feet, just rolling her around a little bit. Irish whip, looking for the elbow. Not getting it now. Popola with a big boot, tagging her sister back in. And Pyra with a snap suplex. Jumping knee across the chest. And an over-the-shoulder suplex. Pyra forcing Devila back up to her feet. Irish whip into the corner. Uppercut to the stomach. And looking for another sliding triangle dropkick. Devila seeing that coming, not much she can do. There's 7. And now Devila sending Pyra into the ring. There's 8. Devila sliding in after her. Into the corner. Pyra tagging Mithra back in. Another chain attack here. Mithra with a scoop. Bouncing Devila off the top rope, going for the cover. There's 1, there's 2. Devila kicks out. Now Devila sending Mithra into the corner. Irish whip into the corner. Yet again. And a stomp to the chest. Just barreling down on it. And Devila forcing Mithra back up. Irish whip into the corner. Tagging in Popola. And now Popola going for the pin. Pyra's going to break it up. And Mithra sending Popola down with that slap, forcing her back up to her feet. And Mithra to the top rope. Turning around. Phoenix splash, or 540 splash into the cover. There's one, there's two. Popola kicks out. And Pyra back in. Popola fighting out of the corner, tossing Pyra from one corner to the other. Left hand finds its way through. Popola just turning Pyra around, elbow to the spine. And again turning her around, tagging in Devla. Another tag team attack. Devla going for the cover. There's one, there's two, there's Mithra. Pyra kicks out. Pyra fighting her way out. Both women missing on their attacks. And Devla with a takedown into the ground and pound. And Popola's back in. And Popola sending Pyra back into the corner. Devla with a punch to the back of the head, sending her down. Popola sending, forcing Pyra back up to her feet. Low altitude super kick. Into the cover. There's one, there's two. Pyra kicks out. Back into the corner, tagging Devla back in. One more tag team attack. Perhaps Devla going for the pin. Referee running around. There's one, there's two, there's three.
Here are your winners. Damage Control.
And another big win for the Gestalt sisters. Winning doesn't come easy for them, but every win is extremely earned, and that one is no different. And now for our second tag team matchup of the evening. Introducing first. They are the heroes of the Homs, your tag team champions. It's Rhyme time. It's Shulk time. They are the Vision Warriors.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring at a combined weight of 415 pounds, the men's undisputed Impact, the tag team world champions, the Brain Busters.
And their opponents. It is the team they took the belts away from a few months ago. It is Mondo Awada and Kiyotaka Ishimaru, the Ultimate Brotherhood.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 314 pounds, the Brotherhood.
And here we go. Ryan, Taka, the first in the ring, ref rings the bell to meet in the middle. With Ryan immediately tossing Taka into the corner. And Taka elbowing himself out. Super kick sends him down. And Taka with an arm breaker. And tagging Mondo in to turn this into a heavyweight bout. And Mondo walking Ryan to the Western ropes. Slugging right hand, and again, and once more sending Ryan down again. Back up to their feet. Irish whip into the corner. And just dragging the forearm across the face. Scoop slam takedown. And now Mondo just bashing the back of the head against the canvas. Tagging Taka back in. Taka up top. Telling Ryan, get up to your feet. Diving crossbody into the cover. There's one, Ryan kicks out. And a running knee to the side of the head, tagging Mondo back in. Ryan just unable to get anything going. Mondo with a corkscrew crossbody to the outside. And just showing off to the crowd. Irish whip back inside the ring. Ryan crawling to the corner, tagging out, Shulk's in. And now Shulk with a punch to the back of the head. And a falling neck breaker. Knee to the back. Shulk forcing Mondo back up to his feet. Irish whip into the corner. Slugging right hand. And Mondo elbows out. Mondo's out, Taka's back in. And a sliding, or a drop kick to the side of the back of the head, excuse me. Shulk looking to tag out, just can't get past Taka, who's just having a little bit of fun. Shulk finally tagging out because Taka's too busy just aura farming. I think that's what the kids nowadays call it. And Ryan with a scoop slam, going for the pin. There's one. I should know this. I'm 24. I should know this. And Ryan just dropping Mondo spine first into the apron. And Mondo immediately back on the offense, tossing Ryan back inside the ring. Taka with a DDT stunner against Shulk against the apron. And an Irish whip, looking for an elbow. Taka fighting that off. And going for the cover. There's one. Ryan kicks out. Ryan just bouncing Mondo off the apron. Taka again doing the same to Shulk. And now Ryan over the shoulders, gut check. And Taka with a Russian leg sweep. Forcing Ryan back up to his feet. Walking him, tossing him back into the ring. Now heading up top, there's 6. Mondo's in the ring for some reason. Okay. Getting away with one there. Ryan tossing Taka back into the corner yet again. Taka elbowing out. And Ryan getting out of the way of that sliding trip. Taka trapping Ryan in the corner. And now the Brotherhood looking for a tag team attack. Gets it. Tossing Ryan back into the corner again. Taka with the uppercut. But Ryan with the reversal. Just fighting back a little bit. Trying to make this not a complete rout. Taka with a head scissor toss. Shulk to the outside, rolling back in. Trying to use the Brotherhood's aggression against them. And Shulk elbowing out. Over the shoulders. Walking Taka to the southwest corner. Pushing him down, going for the cover. There's only one. And Shulk sending Taka down with an elbow. Shulk again going for the cover. There is still only one. Shulk with a knee busting Taka open. Irish whip into the corner. And now Shulk just dragging Taka's face against the top rope. Elbow to the back of the neck. And now the two heavyweights in the ring. Mondo with a big boot going for the pin. There's two. Ryan kicks out. And now Ryan taking Mondo to Suplex City. Oh, catching that final suplex right on the corner of the barricade. And now tossing Mondo to the side. There's 5. Make that 6. Ryan just tossing Mondo into the ring post. There's 7. Referee begging for them to get back inside the ring. Ryan walking Mondo around. There's 9. And that's 10. When you play with fire, you're going to get burned. Ryan, I don't know why you didn't toss Mondo into the ring, you dumbass. And now for a last man standing match. Introducing first, he is your former Mr. Money in the Bank, former Mr. Universal Champion. It is Shinjiro Aragaki.
Making his way to the ring from Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 155 pounds, Series of Kane.
And his opponent. It is your men's Nexus champion.
Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 143 pounds, the men's NXT champion, Kanji.
It is Kanji Tatsumi. And here we go, both men ready. And referee rings the bell to meet in the middle, with Kanji immediately turning Shinjiro around, forcing him up, spinning power slam. And now Irish whip into the corner. Scoop. And a planted powerbomb. Kanji forcing Shinjiro up, and another powerbomb. And remember, this is a, almost called a falls count anywhere. This is a last man standing match. So, keep your opponent down for the 10 count. Pretty simple. Shinjiro getting out of the way. Bull rush sending Kanji down. Kanji to the outside. Shinjiro following him. Over the shoulders. And a neck breaker along the outside. And back inside the ring we go. Long 2 count there. Knife edge chop, and now Kanji with an elbow to the neck. And headed up top. Kanji again heading up top. Getting Shinjiro back up to his feet. And a diving axe handle punch. Referee still hasn't begun the count yet. There we go. There's 2. There's 4, 5. There's 8. Shinjiro to the outside. Shinjiro tossing Kanji back inside the ring. Shinjiro following him, and Kanji with a swinging neck breaker. There's 5. Kanji just using Shinjiro as a hurdle. Get Shinjiro back up to his feet at 5. There's 1 and only 1. And now just exchanging right hands. Well, I say exchanging, it's mostly just Kanji dishing it out right now. Now Shinjiro fighting back. Just right hand, explosive right hand after explosive right hand. Kanji putting an end to that with an uppercut to the stomach, sending Shinjiro out onto the apron, and now lining up the apron avalanche neck breaker. And I think that might be, I think Shinjiro is just out cold. There's 7. There's 8, 9. Yep.
Here is your winner, Kanji.
And yeah, I think we're gonna have to take Shinjiro backstage and get him medically checked out there because he was not moving in the slightest. I legitimately think he was knocked out. And not a bad start for Kanji's championship run, in quotation marks. Yeah, not bad. And now for a women's universal division matchup of the evening. Introducing first, from Morag, it is the Flame Bringer herself, Lady Morag. And her opponent,
And representing the Acolytes from Kanji,
representing Torna, it is Patroka. And here go both women ready. Patroka immediately running towards Morag at the sound of the bell, clotheslining her. I'm not going to set the tone early. And there we go, face first into the canvas. Stomp to the knee. Stomp to the ankle. Stomp to the chest. And now a kick to the stomach. Patroka to the outside, up top. Looking to fly, looking for a crossbody. Morag gets out of the way. And the biggest question about Patroka has been, can she win matches when she doesn't have Mikhail and Akos in her corner? Morag going for the pin. There's one. And going up against a multiple-time champion, the dice are stacked against her. Patroka elbowing out. Knife head chop, sending Morag into the corner, pulling her away, knees to the stomach. And now going for the cover, there's one, there's two. Morag kicks out. And Patroka with the stomps. And just hyping herself up, feeding off the negative energy from the crowd. There's a double foot stomp. And forcing Morag back up to her feet. Irish whip over the top rope. Morag tossing Patroka into the corner. And the corner combo, each punch finding its way through, but Patroka catching that kick, sending Morag down. Irish whip, looking for a tackle. And a running face buster. Patroka forcing Morag back up to her feet, turning her around. And a sleeper hold. Morag fights out. Rolling her up into an arm bar. And referee calling for a rope break. Interesting. Morag lining up a finisher. Looking not for the curb stomp, but instead a sleeper hold. Just trying to slow down this match. Knew that a submission wouldn't win the match necessarily. Just trying to slow down the tempo. There's two. Patroka kicks out. Now Morag up top. Diving elbow drop. And now just feeding off the energy of the crowd. Forcing Patroka up, looking for a just stretching on the neck. Patroka fights out, double foot stomp, kick to the chest. And now just taunting on her. Morag back inside the ring. There's three. And referee begging for Patroka to get back inside the ring. There's five. Morag resets the count. And a snap neck breaker. There's four. There's five again. Patroka resetting the count this time. And a running kick. Over the shoulders, Morag slipping out from behind. Nice slip of the punch. But tossed right into the ring, catching the teeth against the apron. Patroka the foot DDT. How is Morag still standing? I have no idea. How is she not bleeding from her mouth? I have no idea. And a running facebuster. Patroka with the stomps. And now going for the cover. There's one. There's two. Morag kicks out. Morag rolling out of the way. Clotheslines. Patroka back up to her feet. And immediately caught by a clothesline. Back elbow pushed aside. And the cover. There's one. There's two. Patroka kicks out. And now up, over, sleeper hold. Locking in, again releasing the hold. Or I think Patroka might have broken out. And now Morag again with an armbar. Really liking the lock in. Pulling back, just putting torque. Referee having to break that up. Morag getting a little bit too aggressive there. There's a no-arm crossbody. And now Morag lining up a finisher. Is it gonna be... No, it was gonna be the double knee curb stomp, but Patroka fighting out. Yes, I know it's called the Martinis. I just like calling it the double knee curb stomp. Patroka on the offense now. Kick to the spine. And Morag just tossing Patroka aside. Hip attack. And Morag lining up another finisher. Setting her up. Another triangle choke. And forcing Patroka to tap out.
Here is your winner,
And the question remains, can Patroka fight in this division without help from her fellow faction members? Really not looking like it right now. Morag, she wasn't really comfortable that match, but I mean, she didn't really have to fight too much. And now for our penultimate matchup of the evening. Introducing first. She is your women's Royal Rumble winner and the one to be challenging Makoto Niijima for the women's Cruiserweight belt. Come Ultimate Fight Night. It is Mitsuru Kirijo. And her opponent, losing to Makoto Niijima last night in a jailbreak match that wasn't even that close. It is Kasumi Yoshizawa. Here we go, both of them ready. Referee rings the bell to meet in the middle. With Mitsuru just tossing Kasumi aside. And now taking her down, looking for an early submission hold. Kasumi easily fighting out. Now Kasumi on the offense. It's a jumping facebuster, standing shooting star press. And a flying moonsault. Going for the cover. There's one. Mitsuru kicks out. Mitsuru just pulling on the arm. There's a spinning arm breaker. Rolling Kasumi onto her stomach. And Kasumi with an enziguri fighting out. Irish whip. Backflip kick into a clothesline in the corner. Mitsuru fighting out. There's an Irish whip over the top rope. Stomp to the hand. Mitsuru forcing Kasumi up to her feet. Taking her down, just working on the leg. Knowing that if she can disable the leg, she pretty much disables Kasumi's only form of offense. Because it takes away the kicks, it takes away the jumps, the climbing. Renders her offense pretty much completely useless. Although the match might be completely useless if we have a count out here, because there's 7. It's making sure that doesn't happen, tossing Kasumi back inside the ring, climbing in at the count of, well, standing on the apron at the count of 8. Mitsuru now walking Kasumi to the northwest corner. Wrist clutch, jumping over, looking for the clothesline, ducking underneath, and a flying clothesline from Mitsuru. Now Mitsuru lining up in the corner, somersault, looking for a leg drop. Kasumi seeing that coming. And there's a neck breaker. And a moonsault from Kasumi going for the cover. There's 1, there's 2. Mitsuru kicks out. And now Kasumi sending Mitsuru for an Irish whip. And the cover. There's 1, there's 2. Mitsuru kicks out. Kasumi now looking for a standing shooting star press or standing moonsault. Mitsuru getting out of the way. Irish whip. Rolling neck breaker. Mitsuru up top. Staring down Yoshizawa. And Kirijo with a diving, courageous axe handle punch. Chicken wing facebuster along the outside. And now into the steel steps. There's 3. Mitsuru turning Kasumi around, just locking in. Not entirely sure why you want to go for a figure 8 along the outside. Other than to just torture your opponent. There's 5. And back into the steel steps. There's 6. And Mitsuru just resetting the count. Just trying to give Kasumi just a little bit more time to get back inside the ring. I mean, that would have been a count out, but I mean, Mitsuru not wanting to win that way because there's a natural selection with the 3 count written all over it. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3.
Here is your winner, Kirijo.
And Mitsuru starting off for a final month with a pretty decisive victory. And if she carries that into her match against Makoto, maybe she'll get her hands back on the belt. And now for our main event of the evening. Introducing first, successfully defending the belt last night. He is still your men's Universal Champion,
Following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making
Jack
his
the
way to the ring
Ripper.
from Japan.
It is
Weighing in
Raiden.
at 295 pounds, the men's undisputed Impact Universal Champion, the Cyborg, the Ninja, Raiden.
And his opponent, it is the leader of Torna, Jin.
And his opponent, representing the Acolytes, from Pangea, weighing in at 225 pounds, Jin!
And here we go, both men ready. And referee rings the bell. Jin immediately running towards Raiden, hitting him with a flying clothesline. Jack rolling out of the way and preventing that springboard with a neck breaker. And Raiden sending Jin down with an elbow. Picking up the leg, DDT. And Jin rolling out of the way of the kick. Sending Raiden into the corner. Running uppercut. And a stomp to the chest. And a jumping knee strike. And Jin again. And now Jin up top, telling Raiden to get up. Flying shoulder tackle. And Jin with an Irish whip. Just sending his knee straight into Raiden's jaw. And just tossing him right into the referee. Raiden rolling out of the ring, trying to protect himself a little bit, stepping out of the way of that clothesline. And forcing Jin back up to his feet, turning him around. Elbow to the spine. Now Raiden tossing Jin back inside the ring. And a spear sends Raiden tumbling into the barricade. Stomp to the face. Jin with a knee strike, forcing Raiden back up. Raiden with a reversal, tossing Jin into the ring. Jumping in. And now Snapmare. Running super kick. And the cover. Raiden kicks out for 1. And now just right hands. Knife edge chop. Raiden with a very early lead in this bout of fisticuffs. And yeah, just sending Jin away early with that. Walking him away from the ropes. And now Raiden with the ground and pound. Forcing Jin up, knee to the jaw, and a spinning cyclone kick. Now Raiden middle rope, crossbody, nobody's home. Jin immediately punishing that with a stomp, sending him down with an elbow. And now the double right hands. And the knee. Jin forcing Raiden back up to his feet. Walking him to the northwest. Raiden elbowing out. And Jin catching him from behind. Irish whip. No, Raiden with a reversal. And a spear. And now Raiden with a stomp to the wrist, forcing Jin up. A Jin with a dragon screw. And Raiden tossing Jin into the corner, pulling him away. Slap to the chest. Arm drag drop kick. And going for the cover. There's 1, there's 2. And now Raiden picking Jin up for the rules of nature. Not doing him much in his match against 47. Nearly putting Jin away. Raiden with a kick to the chest, sending Jin back down. Jin back up to his feet. Another jumping clothesline, trying to get himself back into this match. But so far, it's been all Jack the Ripper. And Jack, again, setting Jin up for the rules of nature. And the cover. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3.
Here is your winner, the Cyborg, the Ninja, Raiden.
And with that, I would like to thank you all for joining us here tonight. And hope to see you on Friday for Eclipse as we get ever closer to Ultimate Fight Night, which is going to be on Christmas. Still trying to decide if it's going to be the 24th and 25th or 25th and 26th. But yeah, we are getting ever closer to the end of the season, and it doesn't feel like it's been that long. Crazy. But yeah. Thank you all for joining us, and hope to see you on the next one. Until then, we are signing out from the backyard of the Brickyard, Indianapolis, Indiana. See ya.